Hey going everyone, this is UniKage and welcome to another exciting episode of Planescape Torment. Yeah, anyway, super excited. So we're doing it in conjunction with April, the month of gaming, trying to upload at least one video a day. In April, we got Drovio and Pathon doing that as well over their YouTube channels. We're also got in conjunction with Global Arms, Anti-Human Trafficking Organization. Links to all that stuff is in the video description. Worth checking them all out. Okay, cool. So I recorded a little bit of episode 2, and then I got interrupted, and it screwed up the whole recording. So I'm recording it again, unfortunately. 'Cause I think this is the third time I've done it. But let's switch over to Planescape Torment now. And we're going to do the note. So this is the note we found that you can fold. And I found out how to fold it. So it's upper right, lower right, upper right, upper right. So upper right. Yeah, lower right. Upper right. Upper right. Okay, as you fold the upper right corner back into the center, the lower right corner mirrors the action until all corners that touch the center. You watch for a moment and the corner of the papers rise up, turning the note into a small four-sided paper pyramid. I'm sorry, oh man, getting tired. Open the sides of the pyramid, got some experience. You peel back the sides of the pyramid and the paper disintegrates to dust. Inside is a small triangle-shaped earring. It catches the light and gleams brightly. Take the triangle earring. Okay, cool, so we go like this. And it says that it's awesome and we need to identify it, but we can't because we don't have any lore. It also says that reminds you of how strange this world is. Fantastic, gripping stuff. Oh, and while we're here, we need to put that on. So, bandages heals you for 3 hit points. 26, okay, cool. This book is huge. It must contain thousands of names. Huh. Okay, let's talk to D Hall or to Hale. To Hale. D Hall. The scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled, and he has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal grey eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robe like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Greetings. Oh, sorry. Ah, Mort. Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? Me, I was going to speak with the scribe. He might know something about how I got here. Mort. Oh no, wait, yeah, Mort. Look, rattling your bone box with Dusties should be the last thing. DeHale, before Mort can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged pace. Mort. And we especially shouldn't be swapping chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave quicker. We give this place a laugh the bet. Before Mort can finish, the scribe's grey eyes flicker to you. The weight of years hangs heavy upon you, restless one. He places down the quill, but I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless one, do you mean me? DeHale. Know you? There is a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself. He is silent for a moment. For you have forgotten, haven't you? Who are you? As always, the question, and the wrong question as always. He bows slightly, but the moment suddenly ends with him in a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment, catches his breath. I am DeHall. Me, that question was the first, DeHall. There is much I wish to know.
Updated my journal.
DeHall, very well. What do you wish to know? What is this place? You are in the mortuary, restless one. Again, you have come. Before he can finish, DeHall breaks into a coughing fit. After a moment, he calms himself down and resumes ragged wheeze. This is the waiting room where all the departed, where those about to depart the shadow of this life. Tell me about the mortuary. This is where the dead of Sidru are brought to be interned or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead. Oh, we missed a little dialogue there. Dun, 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 dun. So we go, what is this place? Yep, now we go Restless One. Restless is a good a term as any. The whole draws a ragged breath. Something keeps you here, does it not? Something that you must be resolved. Some passion that must be quenched before you can reach the true death. True death? The whole true death is non-existent, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. The whole coughs and then gives a ragged breath, a state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? Is it worse than remaining in this shadow of what life once was? I think not. Shadow of life? Yes, a shadow. You see, Restless One. This life is not real. Your life, my life, they're all shadows, flickering in what life once was. This life is what we end up after we die, and here remains trapped cage until we enter true death. True. What makes you think life isn't real? What makes you think life is real? Look inside yourself. Do you not feel something lacking? Dahol shakes his head. This is purgatory, where there is only sorrow here, misery, torment. These are not the elements that make up life. These are part of the cage that traps us in the shadow. Cage us how? Dahol shakes his head. Passions carry weight. They anchor many of this shadow to this shadow of life. As long as one clings to emotion, they will continually reborn into this life, forever suffering, never knowing the purity of true death. I see. How does one escape the cycle of rebirth and achieve this true death? Kill your passion. Strip yourself of the need for sensation. When you are truly cleansed and the cycle of rebirth will end and you achieve peace. Dahol sighs. It sounds like a death rattle in his throat. Past these shells of ours, past the eternal boundary, lies the peace that all souls seek. The eternal boundary. The boundaries between the shadow life and the true death. We'll go with true death. True death is non-existence, a state of devoid reason, a sensation of passion. Dahol coughs and gives a ragged breath, a state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Is it even worse than remaining in the shadow of life? I think not. Shadow of life. I go to true death and it does the same thing. Yeah, okay, cool. So, okay, tell me about the mortuary, sorry. Dahol, this is where the dead of the city are brought to be cremated. It is our responsibility, Dustmen, to take care of them. We're going to ask him what Dustmen are. We Dustmen are a faction gathered of those who recognize the illusion of this life. We await the next life to help others on our journey. Perhaps can you explain why the Dustmen want me dead? Dahol sighs. It is said that there are souls that can never attain the true death. The death has forsaken them, and their names shall never be penned into the dead book. To awake from the death as you have suggests that you are one of these souls. Your existence is unacceptable to our faction. Unacceptable. That doesn't sound like it leaves you in a good position. Dahol, you must understand, your existence is a blasphemy to them. Many of my faction would order your cremation if they were aware of your affliction. You're a Dustman, but you do not seem to in favor of killing me. Why not? Dahol, because forcing our beliefs upon you is not just. You must give up this shadow of life on your own, not because we force you to. Dahol looks about to break into another coughing jab, but manages to hold it in for some effort. With some effort. As long as I remain in my post, I will protect your right to search for your own truth. What is your post? I am a scribe, a category of the shelves that come to the mortuarium. Dahol coughs again, then takes a deep breath. As long as the stream of corpses flows through the mortuary, I shall remain at my post. You say you've been here more than once. How is it that the Dustmen do not recognize me?
Updated my journal.
Okay, Dahol. I am the one that catalogs the shells that come in our halls, Restless One. Dahol breaks into a fit of coughing, then steadies himself. Only I see the faces of those that lie beneath our slabs. the dark of your existence lies safe with me. Okay. Some other questions? I don't. You sound ill, are you not well? I am close now to the true death, precious one. I will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find peace. I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. The hawk gives a ragged sigh. The plains hold no more wanderers for one such as I. Are you certain there might be some way I could help you? I do not wish to live forever, nor live again, restless one. I could not bear it. Very well, I got other questions. And can you tell me how to get out of here? The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than dustmen pass. The hall breaks into a ragged cough, then continues. One of my guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it is unlikely he will open it for you unless you are extremely persuasive. I see. I have other questions for Hail to Hall. Okay, cool. Sweet! I think that's it.
Done. Updated my journal.
Do you know who I am? I know scant little of your restless one. I know little more than you have journeyed with, and who will lie in our keeping the whole size. I ask that you no longer ask others to join you, restless one. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burden be your own. There are others with me.
Updated my journal.
Do you not know the woman's corpse interred in the memorial hall below? I had thought that she had travelled with you in the past. The hall looks like he is about to start coughing again, then catch his breath. Am I mistaken? Where is her body? The hall. The Northwest Memorial Hall is the floor below us. Check the buyers there. Her name should be one of the memorial plaques. Maybe that will revive your memory. Who else is here? Doubtless there are, but I know not their names, nor where they lie. One such as you has left a path. Many have walked. A few have survived. A whole gestures around you. All dead come here. All dead come here. Some must have travelled with you once. Find no fault with your reasoning. That's some other questions. Dun, dun, dun. What is place? How did I get here? Tall, snorting in contempt as if he finds your memory repugnant. Your mouldy chariot ferried you to the mortarium, restless one. You would think were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the car that carried you. I arrived.
Updated my journal.
Yes, your body was somewhat in the middle of a heap, sharing its fluid with the rest of the mountain of corpses. The hall breaks into another violent fit, coughing, finally catching his breath minutes later. Your sensual Farad was, as always, pleased to accept a few corpses to dump the lot of you at the mortarium gate. Who is this Farad? He is a collector of the dead. The hall draws a ragged breath, then continues. We have such people in the city that scavenge the bodies of those who walked the path of the true death and bring them here so they may be interred properly. Where can I find this Farad? If events persist as they have, restless one, you have a much greater chance of Farad finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Nevertheless, I must find him. A slight warning creeps into Dahale's tone. Do not seek our Farad, restless one. I am certain that it will simply come full circle again. With you, none of the wiser, and Farad a few coppers richer. Accept death, restless one. Do not perturate. your circle of misery. I have to find him. Where is he?
Updated my journal.
Jared is silent for the moment. When he finally speaks, he seems to do so reluctantly. I do not know whether under which gutterstone Farad lairs at the moment, but I imagine you can be found somewhere beyond the mortuary gates in the hive. Perhaps someone there will know where to find him. Doesn't sound like you like Farad that much. There are some I respect, restless one. Dehol takes a ragged breath and steadies himself. Farad is not one of them. He wears his ill repute like a badge of honor and takes liberties with his possessions of the dead. He is a knight on the post, cross-trading filth of the lowest sort. Knight of the post. The knight of the post, Dehale coughs, a thief. All Farad brings to our walls comes stripped of a little less of their dignity than they're possessed in life. Farad takes whatever he may pry from their stiffening fingers. Do you know? Did Farad take anything from me? Tail pausing, considering. Most likely. Are you missing anything, especially anything of value? His voice dips as he frowns. Not that Farad would take exception anything that wasn't physically grafted to your body, and sometimes even then it's not enough to give his greedy mind pause. I am missing a journal. A journal. If it was of any value, then it was likely in Farad's hands. Okie dokie. Okay, cool. I'm done talking to this guy. Sweet.
Alright.
So I went back and talked to him because I knew there was more
Done.
from when I was playing the games before.
Done. I'm gone.
Zombie worker with the huge corpse is standing silently in the corner of the room. Facing the wall, he looks like he's been a heavy-set man in his early years, and judging by the condition of the corpse, he died only recently. The freshly stitched number on the forehead is 1664. The corpse looks like it is serving as a librarian, for it is carrying a huge stack of books in its arms. Examine the books. Zombie worker the books appear to be in old Mortarian ledgers, none of them of any particular interest. As you search through the text, however, you notice a loose page folded between two of the books. You are suddenly stuck with the feeling that someone tucked it in to hide it. Take the page. The page doesn't look like it belongs with the ledgers. It looks like it belongs in a logbook, and the tear is clean, and with a knife as you inspect the page, remove the purpose. Read through it. You take a moment to read the pages as it lists the bodies brought to the mortuary and logged to the receiving room, as the entries appear to be recent arrivals. Okay, cool. Okay, who we got here? 5th drunk, chest wound, cause of death, mauling, collection box, 3 comments paid, no possession, strip of the knife makes evidence, no possessions. This could be me. Oh no, that's not me. This is just a list of everyone that's in here. Okay, as with the previous entries, these shells Farad has brought also show signs of having been prepared. I have asked the initiate Modic launch an investigation into the matter. Furthermore, entry 16542 is one of Farad's gang. I have seen the individual before. I would ask Emoric to pay heed to how the man died. 5th night. Male cause of death, slash marks, wounds consistent with grave rot, grave claws. Looked to Farad, 3 comments made, no possession, stripped knife, marks evident from dissection. Cool.
All right.
So we work our corpses that so close together, eyeball seems what? Alright, cool.
Done.
Bandage.
Done. I'm gone.
Let me work on this heavily stitched corpses, shuffling lazy back and forth between 2 slabs. The number 5 or 6 has been sketched to his forehead and the side of his neck and his right arm. In fact, the skin of his peeling corpse has been sewn up so many stitches its skin looks like a bizarre street map. Examine the stitches. The stitches encircle the corpse, running from its arms across its chest, up its neck, and into the damp mass of white hair. As you follow the crossroad of stitches, you notice someone has jammed a needle into the corpse's forehead. The needle is attached to the thread stitching up the side of the skull. You could probably unravel it if you had something to cut it with. Cut the stitches with the scalpel. Got some experience. You slice the thread neatly and pull the needle and pull the stitches out. As you do, the skin cover of the forehead peels back to reveal the corpse's clean white skull where the surprise number 78 has been chiseled. Seems you do divinations there, corpse. The corpse stares right back at you. I've already talked to him, I've already gone that. Talk to her in a sec. Dummy worker 985 has stopped dead in his tracks, judged by the condition of its leg. Tomb rot. Try and help the corpse. You reach out to the corpse's left arm to help steady it. As you grab the left arm, however, the corpse suddenly sways to the right and you end up tugging the corpse rather than steadying it. Chief, you might not. Boom. There is a crack from the corpse's left leg and the body falls like a dead tree. Its torso strikes the stone, flagstone, and shatters like a rotten melon. Filth and ichor gurgling from the cavity. To your surprise, no one seems to have noticed the corpse's collapse, and even stranger, the left leg remains standing where the body was, as if at attention. After a moment, the leg falls over with a wet thump. As you gaze upon the putrefied remains of the corpse, you notice that the left arm seems intact. It was snagged from the corpse during the fall, and it doesn't appear to have been touched by the tomb rot, and it's been thread through the rest of the arm. I wonder if I can do something with the arm.
I'm gone. Done.
We're going to pick it up. Going to, because it's got what? 1 to 6 crushing. This is 2 to 4.
I'm gone.
Okie dokie.
Done. I'm gone. Done.
Okay, just 2 seconds. And we are going to call that episode there. And we're going to continue basically straight away for episode 3. Alright, thank you very much for watching.